Hi everyone, hope you're all okay in lockdown and working from home and everything. I thought I'd make you a video because obviously we are beginning to think about how we are going to teach our kids, and that is going to look very different in September, and God knows when we're actually going to get back to a bit of normality. But one thing I've been looking at is recording lessons and uploading them and thinking about different ways of doing that. And the good news is there's absolutely tons of stuff out there. And I guess I've tried to just explore that a little bit, and hopefully this video will maybe save you a bit of time if you were thinking about having a go at it. There are lots of platforms out there for being able to share conversations like this where you're just recording yourself. But also what I really wanted to be able to do was, if I had a presentation, like a PowerPoint presentation, and I wanted to talk through it with students, that I could have that on the screen and have me talking it through, and it didn't need to be live, so that if I mess it up and sound like a complete weirdo, then I can pause it and redo it. And the good news is there's loads of ways of doing that. Zoom is one. That's what I'm recording on right now. And a lot of you probably have used Zoom during lockdown to talk to family. But it also has some really good options for being able to share information. So I'm going to hopefully show you on here what it can do, which is if you click share screen down here at the bottom, all right, it comes up with all the different things that are available for you to share. So I'm going to show you what you can do with your desktop. So if I click on desktop and then click on share, it then just comes up with like my entire screen. And you can see I'm floating around up here. Woo. I can move where I am on here. So how could you use that with a student? So if down here, I open up a PowerPoint, and this is one that I've actually just recorded myself teaching, as it were. So you can have this open and you can make it full size, and I'm still up here, I'm still in the corner. So it means I can be talking through this presentation, and essentially what I've said in the video is when we get to sort of tasks, I've just said pause the video and then crack on with the tasks, and then you can restart me when you're done. So you can see it actually looks like pretty much like a normal lesson that I would teach, but I've just talked through what the tasks are. You can embed videos in it. So I think this is really cool because I've embedded this video in here, which I can play, but I can also be talking about it at the same time. So it's really easy to play it, and I'm still here. You can still hear me. I can pause it, and I can move on. So I think that's pretty cool, actually. You can see then after I've just shown that video, I've just got them to go back and green pen their work. So that's based on me giving some feedback in my video. And there's a couple of other extra things you can do. So, got my literacy challenge in there, bit of an exam practice. So I've given them some top tips. I've been able to talk it through. And that is basically one thing you can do, which is pretty cool. So if I go back to this, if I can figure out how to go back to full screen, we'll get there somehow. There we go, maybe back to meeting. Oh, is that the right one? You guys are can see I'm still figuring this out. You are screen sharing. I think that's it. Stop share. There we go. I'm back to big. All right, so I'm just back to being on a big one on here. So that is pretty good. The other thing you can do, if you go back on share screen, at the bottom, just on here, it comes up with share screen. Another option is to click on whiteboard, and it brings up a big whiteboard like this, which is pretty cool. And I can draw on it and write things on it. So that might be helpful if you're wanting to do diagrams. I don't even know what that is. I've just drawn random things, but I guess if you were in maths or something and you wanted to write up, I'm so bad at this, I don't know how you maths teachers do this with your interactive whiteboards, but you can write whatever you want on there. So there is that option there as well. obviously we've got, that is one error, that those notifications come up on my computer. So if we go back, I'm back here, and that's one option. Zoom, I think, actually isn't too hard. When you're done and you end your meeting, it downloads it as a file. So it saves it as like a video file that you can email yourself, or you can upload it as a document. You can maybe put it onto YouTube. So that is an option, definitely. But there is another option that I wanted to show you, which is actually more to do with Loom, it's called. So this is a different app I want to show you now. So if I go and get rid of all of this, I wanted to show you Loom on here. So here is another one. I'm just going to move me out of the way. And you've got Loom down here. So Loom, you go onto loom.com. I should have said that Zoom is zoom.us. If you haven't got Zoom already, you can go and download it that way. It comes up as a little app on here. Loom is another one, and you can do it through a browser, or you can download it as an app as well. So the little Loom app on my computer is this little thing up here that you can go in. And it's really similar to Zoom in the way that you can present. So I'm just going to show you the video that I made for my year 9s. Super cringeworthy watching yourself, but I'll show you how this works. So it's weird because there's going to be two of me recording myself at the same time, but hopefully it'll give you an idea what it would look like for kids. So I'll just show you a little bit. Hi everyone, Mrs. Harvey Grayson here. Missing you all, of course. Hope you're all okay in lockdown. As you can see, that's me cracking on. Pause me, have a second to think before I reveal the answers. Okay, so you get the idea. That you can go through and record it. I think what's different about this from Zoom is that you can see there's a link up here that basically would take people to the Zoom website so you could watch the video, rather than you having to save it as a file and then upload that file somewhere when your file might actually be quite big. So this might be a better option, particularly on class charts. You might just upload the link on the link section of class charts. So that might actually work better. So I was going to do a video explaining how to download Zoom and how to download Loom and how to make it all work. But honestly, there are much better videos out there. So what I thought instead was that I would just put the links with this video to the links that I used to actually set it up in the first place. So there are so many on YouTube. There are literally tons out there. But this one is a really good one. So it's by this Louise Henry, and she's just talking through how to set up Zoom. So I'll put that link in there. And on this one, she herself actually, she started off doing it on Zoom, but then she moved to Loom because she thinks it's better. So she did another video basically showing how you can set up Loom and what you can do with it. So I'll put those two links in the email that this goes out with, and it's definitely worth trying. The other thing I'm going to do is I've made a couple of videos on iMovie, and actually it's really easy to edit, but I think maybe if there's interest in how to do that, I will upload that separately in a different video or something, but I'll put that up there for now. So hopefully that has been, fairly useful. If it has, then do let me know. If you think if you've used a different platform and it's better than either of those, definitely let us know, because I think this might be the way that some of our teaching ends up going. I should mention as well, if you don't want to be seen, I have to put makeup on for this. If you are worried about being seen, you don't want to be seen, on Loom you can have it so it's just your profile picture, so you can have an avatar, or you could put any random picture that isn't you if you didn't want, and so it could just be you talking over a presentation if you didn't want it to be you. I actually think it's nice just to see a face. I think our students probably appreciate seeing a friendly face, so maybe it's better that way. But I'm really interested to see what you think of those two. Let me know how you're getting on with it, and hopefully this has helped a little bit. Okay, see you all soon, hopefully. Bye.